One of the things about the early days of CCCSE is that while we were small, or because we were a small staff, everybody did a little bit of everything. It really was an all hands on deck situation. The atmosphere was very collegial. We were close, a close-knit group. Kay McClenny used to say we were small but mighty, and I always appreciated that because I think that was an accurate description of our staff, small but mighty.
It was the people, as you know, are the magic and always have been at CCCSE. CCCSE has been blessed from the beginning to have a group of really smart, hardworking, resourceful, innovative, problem-solving kinds of people. And that really is what helped us get through those first few years when we were sitting in a little corner of the community college leadership program in what they lovingly called the six-pack. Because they were packed into these little cubicles.
It was a lot smaller. Jeff and I had one office that we shared. I started 1 week before Courtney, and Courtney was the first full-time liaison we hired. And so the first week I was there before Courtney got hired, it was like Jeff and Judy Rowe and Kay lived in New York at the time. So there was Alicia Betzinger and Nate Marty, who was the original research team leader. Although it was just him, it wasn't a team. But I guess maybe that's a big difference. We didn't have teams; we just had people. Each person was their own team, and Jeff was a liaison. I was a liaison. I pulled samples. Jeff pulled samples.
Built binders to distribute the data to the participating colleges. You checked those binders 2 times, 3 times to make sure that you got it right to get them out to the colleges. Obviously, we didn't have the number of colleges participating as we do now, but you were right on top of each other, and you were maybe 1 or 2, maybe a week at the most, ahead of the colleges, and you were building it as the ship was sailing. I mean, you were not very far ahead of what was happening. And as you were building it, you were checking it as quickly as you could to make sure you weren't making errors.
We would return the survey results to the colleges. We would send them these big, 3-inch or so binders, just full of pages and pages of numbers and data. And as I said before, we've always been concerned with data integrity. And, we would check every number in those binders. And so that was certainly an all hands on deck situation. Our founding director, Kay McClenny, would jump in and help out, and every person in the office would help out with the data checking. And this is a process that would take a couple of weeks before we sent them out. Of course, we release results through our online reporting system now. So that was a nice shift when that happened.
We did the binders back then, the giant binders, and that in itself was a huge production. And when it was time to assemble binders, literally everyone got in kind of this assembly line downstairs, and including Kay, we were all is like all hands on deck, and it took a long time to do those. I think there was only one time we ended up having to redo them. And that was not ideal, but I mean, it had to be done. But we were very glad, those of us who were there for the binder time when we moved to online only reporting.